What's up YouTube, Skiz1 here. Today I have a bit of a demonstrational video for you. A few people have been asking me and I didn't really realize until I started refilling my mops, but it would probably be helpful to some people out there to know how to refill your mops. So I've got one of just about every kind of mop you can have here, every kind of graffiti marker / mop on the market. So for refilling them, they're all fairly simple. Right now I'm going to be using gloves for it. I would recommend gloves if you don't want ink all over your hands. Generally it's not like a big deal if you get ink on your hands, but it's sort of a pain if you need to look professional for anything. So the first kind of mop you're going to probably have to refill at some point is just a mop with a Mohair Nib. So any mop here with a Mohair Nib, generally it just pops off. So if you can dig a fingernail in under there and remove it. Something else helpful for removing these is a screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver I should say. You can usually jam one of those under there. If you haven't refilled it in a while and you've spilled a lot of ink on the nib, it might be really hard to get out. That's when a screwdriver is extremely helpful. So you get the nib out, you can see they are fairly long. So once the nib is out, it's just a hollow tube. From your hollow tube, all you do is open up your ink bottle or whatever homemade ink you have. I like to make a little funnel out of a sticker. You're just gonna pop it in your mop there. And from there, you're just gonna pour small amounts of ink in there because you don't want it to overflow, like that one just did. And again, that's why you wear gloves. So once you have that filled, you're just gonna, by hand, pop your nib back in, then you're ready to go. If you do any kind of color mixing, you're gonna get some funky colors. This was a bright yellow, I just put a red in it. And once you're done, you want to make sure you get most of the spilled ink, if you spilled any, off of the nib, specifically the threads for the cap. Once you get it off the threads, you can put the cap back on. You just want it off the threads so that the cap doesn't get put on and immediately stick to it and dry. That's a pain. So, like I said, any mohair nib you have, flathead, doesn't matter really the size, that's pretty much how it's going to come off. In addition to that, if you have any products with a ballpoint nib, it's going to be the same process. Jam your fingernail under there, jam a screwdriver under there, and that's how you take out the ballpoint to fill it. If you have any kind of chisel tip here, what you're going to end up doing, and by any chisel tip I mean big, mini, anything like that. So even if you have like a Liquitex one, again, so this is just, the whole thing's going to twist off. It's nice because really you don't even have to take the cap off, you can leave that on and the whole thing just twists off. Now for these chisel tip ones, there's going to be a valve system inside it. Generally it won't come out with the screw off, sometimes it does. Either way, you can just pop it out and it's a separate piece as well. So once you're left with that, again, you have a nice hollow tube, fill it up, use the funnel system if you want. I like the funnel system, try not to be too messy. So that'll work for big chisel tips, Liquitex, Markwell, any other kind of chisel tip on the run. Now for your sort of New York style mops, it's going to be the same thing as a Mohair Nib. You're just going to pop this part off. I'm not going to demonstrate it for you because it really is the same thing as a Mohair Nib or a ballpoint. If you have something like a metal head, grog metal head, even a day-low marker, something like that, all you want to do, again, you don't even have to take the cap off, just unscrew the metal head. You're left with your nice reservoir to fill there. Last kind of thing you might pick up, if you have something like a on-the-run slimer, you will need to take the cap off for this. And again, It's just gonna be you getting a fingernail under there, using a screwdriver, even the spout here to loosen it, as you see here. That spout's a little flimsy, so I don't want to pull on it. Just gonna pop that off. So of course with some of the specialty ones you really want to be careful with what you're filling it with, because you want the same effect for, say, a Slimer. You want the thicker paint that it comes with. So always be mindful of what you're filling it with. Generally though, if you buy or make a standard ink, you can put it in anything with a Mohair Nib or a ballpoint, anything like that. Just to clarify as well, if you have a bigger Mohair Nib, same process. Really simple, just pop the nib off, just to make it super clear for you guys. Smaller ones, such as a mini grog squeezer here, same thing, take the cap off, pop the nib off. You guys know what's up. So that's how you're gonna change your mops, markers, refill them, things like that. Of course, if you have new nibs for them, you can pop the old nib off, put the new one in. So that would be the same process, obviously. So I hope this video helped you guys out. If there's any other mops you guys are wondering about, hey, comment them. I'll get back to you on it. Till my next video though, rate, comment, subscribe. Peace.